happy. But I am a big egg lover, and I am, like many people around the world, crazy about fried eggs in particular. Now, what's unusual about our country and fried eggs is that here in America, we always eat them for breakfast. People in other countries prefer them for lunch or for dinner. More about that in a moment. But first, I must confess, there are days, usually in cold weather, usually when I've been up since unusually early in the morning, about noon. No, just kidding. Say I got up about 5 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning, follow that up with 3 hours of writing. It's now about 8 a.m. Then I would consider walking to my local diner, sitting down to eggs and bacon, or eggs and sausage, or eggs and ham. Now, on the rare occasion that I do that, I have to pick one egg dish to eat, of course, and it's usually fried eggs I go for. I love scrambled eggs, but they often come out looking like this, all dry and hard and overcooked. I love omelets, but they often come out looking like this, dry, kind of hard brown crust on the outside. I love a runny omelet, but I rarely see it at diners. I love poached eggs, but they often come out looking like this. Either they've got these trailing wisps, which aren't so attractive, or they're, well, let's cut into this guy and take a look. Yeah, you see, like I like it runny. I don't like it when it's all congealed like that. Now, this is what happens to me time and again in diners and breakfast places. But my research has determined that if you're ordering eggs for breakfast in a diner, the chances of good cooking are highest when you order fried eggs. Yes, it is hard to screw up fried eggs. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't better and worse in fried eggs, at least for each individual. Now, for this individual, the greatest good in a fried egg is a runny yolk. Let me show you my runny yolk right over here. See this guy? This is what I want to see when I cut into my egg. I want to see that yolk furnishing a sauce all over the white. That's really great. This guy over here, if I cut into this, well, here's what happens. I don't like that. That's no good. I like the runny yolk thing a lot. That's what's great about fried eggs to me. Now, of course, the problem for us runny yolk fanatics is that keeping the yolk runny usually also means keeping the white runny, like this over here. Not enough heat to harden the yolk, not enough heat to harden the white. Look at this. See that? That gloppy white part? Both of these eggs have it. That gloppy white stuff on the side. To me, a loose gloppy white like this is yucky. In fact, I know someone here at the Food Network who refers to runny whites as hoodie woogers. These are the hoodie woogers. There it is. There's a hoodie wooger for you. And I've heard a lot worse, believe me. Now, of course, one thing you can do is simply flip the egg over, and that will harden the white. But then you've got an egg over. And I told you, I like sunny side up. I like it when the yolk is not hardened at all by that heat that you get when you flip it over. So there's a better way to bring these two egg entities into sync. And I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but it's a very simple technique. I'm going to make a fried egg right here, and I'm going to show you how to get an egg with a runny yolk that also has no hoodie woogers. Okay? It's a pretty hot pan that I've got here. Now watch. Crack your egg in the pan. Being very careful so as not to break the yolk. Now watch, immediately start to slide. You see, these are the potential hoodie woogers here. Slide these guys around, move it with a spatula. I've got a heat-resistant spatula here, so that's very good. Look at this. I'm spreading everything out so that finally this white is going to cook very quickly at the same time that's going to leave me a runny yolk. That, folks, is the dream. That's the answer to your problem. Now, of course, there's another key issue as well. Half the country likes fried eggs that are like this. The eggs with the brown edges right here. Some people like that, and some people like fried eggs like this, very white on the outside, no brown edges. Now me, I'm in the first half. This is what I call a fried egg. I mean, this flavor, when that white hits the butter. Oh, by the way, let me get this egg out of here right now, because we're going to need this pan again in a moment. When that white hits the butter and gets all brown and crunchy on the outside, you get an amazing flavor that's like, almost like a great piece of meat or something like that. So I really like the crunchy outside. But it's very easy to achieve either style. Let me just show you simply how to do this. If you like the white egg, if you like it sort of white and gentle, you just cook it slowly. Now watch, I've got a pan here that's over heat that's not particularly high. And you get that in there, and you see, because it's gentle, because the heat is gentle. It's not going to cook very quickly, and you should see within 30 seconds or so. We'll keep an eye on that. Let me show you the hot one again. Once again, if you like the brown, do it this way. I like to use a nice chunk of butter in my fried eggs too, because it gives it a really buttery flavor. If you like the brown, you put it in the high heat. All right, now go back and forth with me for a second here. Here's the butter, melted down, real hot, just to the point of starting to brown. Break your egg into it. Once again, I'm going to be spreading out my hoodie woogers. And what you're going to see it just start to brown around the edges even as we speak, even as we talk. Now come back to my other one here. See this guy in this pan? He's moving very slowly. This one takes about 3 or 4 minutes to cook, but you do it very slowly, and then you get that very gentle white sensation in the fried egg. This one, take a look here now. I'm torching it, and you're starting to get the browned edges. See those brown edges that are starting to form around there? Right there, nice and brown. And I can smell it. I can smell that flavor. That's incredible. Right, there you have it. Take a look once again, because you can see the two. Here's the white guy, very gentle and white and slowly cooked. See that one? And come in here. Here's the brown guy. Look at those beautiful brown edges. And also what happens when you cook over high heat, and especially after you spread out. Look, no hoodie woogers. It's perfect. Here, what happens to this is it starts to puff up a little bit. It gets a little souffle-like in the middle. You get this beautiful crenellation, all this stuff. I mean, it's absolutely fabulous. This, as you can tell, this is my favorite. Now, as I said, we Americans are quite unusual in this breakfast thing, fried eggs for breakfast. And of course, we got the habit from the British. I can't tell you how many times I've been in England, and I've been in a bed and breakfast, and I've come down for breakfast, and I've had fried eggs, also fried bread, and they put tomatoes on it as well. It's very much a British custom. That's where it started. But most other countries eat fried eggs at other times. In Italy, for example, which is a great place for fried eggs, particularly in the Piedmont region of northern Italy, they like to shave white truffles over fried eggs and have it for lunch. In fact, they've been eating fried eggs in Italy at least since the time of Apicius. In the 1st century, he liked to fry them in oil and then sauce them with the fishy sauce called garum that they used in ancient Rome, which he mixed with wine. Not exactly breakfast fare. Look at this one. Caribbean steak with eggs on it, skirt steak with eggs and all kinds of Caribbean things around it. A fabulous dish. In France, sometimes you see a hamburger, le hamburger, with a fried egg on top of it. They call it au cheval. They call it horse. I don't know why exactly. It's not horse meat, but they say au cheval. I don't know. In Germany, a great one, they serve fried eggs on top of veal cutlets. This is Schnitzel Holstein. And then they put a couple of strips of anchovies on top and some capers. I love it. And once again, you know, the yolk functions as a sauce. It's nature's own sauce as it goes over the meat, whatever you put it on. In Spain, they deep fry the eggs, maybe in olive oil, until the edges are brown and crunchy, the way I like them. And they refer to these golden edges as vestidos de torero, meaning the eggs are dressed like a bullfighter. And then they serve these eggs with sautéed pimentos and a garlicky sauce. Breakfast? I don't think so. Let's go to Asia, where there's a couple of great fried egg dishes. In Korea, and this is one of the hot dishes of the moment in New York and coming up in the US, it's called bibimbap. And it's a rice dish. It's rice in the bowl, and then all kinds of stuff goes on top of it, meats and vegetables and bean curd, and sometimes a fried egg. Sometimes they put a raw egg in, sometimes they put a fried egg in. The Chinese also fry eggs, but they fry the yolks and the whites separately and top it with a mixture of water chestnuts, scallions, and shrimp. You know, when I think about it, I don't think it's odd at all that we're one of the few cultures to serve fried eggs for breakfast, because as I said before, I like them for breakfast. It is a good thing. But I do think it's odd that we haven't figured out how good they can be at other times, lunch and dinner. Come back in a moment and I'll show you some of the sunniest sides of fried eggs that you have ever seen.
Sarah Moulton from Cooking Live.
I'm Ming Tsai from East Meets West.
Donna Hanover from In Food Today, and we're wishing
David Rosengarten and Taste
a happy 5th anniversary here on Food Network.
Keep kicking it up notches, buddy. Bam!
Celebrate with the best of taste all next week at 6 p.m. Eastern.
David, you are the best.
Here are just some of the metals that went into creating our newest knife. Introducing the 5-Star series from J.A. Henkel's. We took our award-winning blade and combined it with our unique handle to create another first in high-performance cutlery. The 5-Star series from J.A. Henkel's, the world's finest cutlery since 1731. For a limited time, get this 5-Star 4-inch paring knife for only $29.99.
The human foot contains over 7,000 nerve endings, each corresponding to a different area of the body. That's why when your feet hurt, everything hurts. Introducing Magnasoles, the magnetic therapy insoles from Homedics that help you feel good from head to toe. Based on new Homedics magnetic wave technology, these amazing insoles are guaranteed to energize your body with every step you take. Don't be fooled by other television insoles that only offer partial coverage with a few magnets. Only Homedics Magnasoles exclusive design provides 100% coverage, allowing therapeutic magnetic waves to reach all areas of your foot to benefit your entire body. Olympic athletes, pro golfers, and other leading athletes use magnetic therapy. News articles, medical studies, and national television segments have highlighted the use of magnetic therapy.
My patients have reported decreased pain and an increase in warmth while wearing magnetic insoles. I've seen them reduce their recovery time and return to normal daily activities faster.
Magnasole's powerful magnetic surface works all day long and never loses strength. Best of all, they're lined with dozens of nodules that massage your feet as you walk. Magnasoles can be customized in minutes for an exact fit, so you'll want a pair for work, for play, for every day. Similar insoles sell for $60 or more, but now through this special television offer, you can enjoy the benefits of magnetic therapy for only $19.99. But wait, act now, and we'll also send you our 20-piece Magna-Dot bandage kit. Just peel off a magnetic bandage and apply it to your neck, shoulders, arms, anywhere for instant spot therapy. Magnasoles and Magna-Dots from Homedics, so you can feel good from head to toe. We guarantee Magnasoles will enhance relief and energize your body or your money back. Order now.
Energize your body. Call 1-800-581-8100 to order your Magnasoles for only $19.99. Take advantage of this exclusive TV offer and receive your bonus Magna-Dots free with your order. Call 1-800-581-8100 and enjoy the benefits of magnetic therapy today.
Let the world's great chefs dazzle your senses.
There you have it.
On our longest running show, Chef du Jour, coming up next on Food Network.
Oh yeah, I've just got my nose in the truffles again. I'm always doing that when truffles are around. I told you a few moments ago about this dish that they make in Piemonte. It's fried eggs with truffles shaved over them. Now, of course, in Piemonte, in season, they'd use the great white truffles of Alba. We're not in white truffle season right now. However, in this season, there are white truffles from Tuscany. This is it right here. There's a town in Tuscany called San Miniato that makes white truffles, and there the truffles come from conifer forests, not from oak forests as they do in Alba in Piemonte. But it's a pretty good truffle, not quite as good as the Alba truffle. And of course, I've got it right next to a black truffle here. This is a French Perigord black truffle, and you could shave that on eggs as well. But I'm going to be very Italian and use the Italian white truffle. And I've got here some eggs that are over oil-soaked bruschetta, olive oil-soaked bruschetta, and now I'm going to make it richer still. I've got my neat little truffle slicer here. Look how that comes out. Isn't that great? And I'm truffling these eggs. I'm going crazy. That's more truffles than you'd ever see, but that's fine. And then I'm going to take some Parmigiano Reggiano as well, and I'm going to do that right on my truffle slicer and get some thin little wisps of Parmigiano Reggiano. And of course, you always want to make sure that it is, in fact, Parmigiano Reggiano by looking on the side there. It says Parmigiano Reggiano. And there you go. This is a great dish. As soon as you break into those eggs and they start running over the truffle and the bread and all that, oh my God, it'll kill you. All right, now what I want to do is make another dish, simpler and, well, maybe not simpler, but certainly cheaper because you don't need truffles for this dish, and it's a great dish. It's a pasta dish. It's fried eggs, red pepper, garlic, and herb topping that goes on top of pasta, and it's a recipe from the book I wrote, the Dean and DeLuca cookbook. Now, to make this dish, you want to take a pound of fresh pasta and cut it into 2-inch squares. So this is just fresh pasta dough. It's quite thin. It'll just take a minute or two to cook up. And then you take the pasta and you put it in boiling water. Put it right in my pot here. I like to use a large quantity of boiling water, slightly salted. You don't need any oil in it. And get that going. And we'll get back to you in just a minute or two. Meanwhile, I'm going to make some fried eggs here. And for this dish, depending on how many people you're serving and how much you like eggs, you could use 3 or 4 fried eggs. And in this oil, I've already, I melted in here 2 tablespoons of butter, and I put 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in here. I sauteed in it just a few moments ago 2 large cloves of garlic, which were thinly sliced. And then I took them out because I don't want them to burn when I cook the eggs, and I've got them off on the side here. We're going to add those back into the dish later. But now I've got garlic infused oil and butter, which is really great, a really great medium for cooking the fried eggs. So I'm taking my eggs and I'm going to crack them right into this pan. Okay, egg number 1. Egg number 2. Egg number 3. Now you can, of course, you want to get the hoodie woogers out, but you could also see how they're combining, they're cooking together. That always happens, of course, when you cook multiple eggs in a pan. Sometimes if I'm making fried eggs for breakfast, right at this point I start to separate them with a fork or a spatula, or with this kind of thing, my rubber spatula here, or it doesn't matter. For this dish, they could all be connected if you wanted. So it's really up to you. But the important thing is get the hoodie woogers out. Keep, oh, look how beautifully they puff up. That's just great. Keep them cooking at a fairly high rate. Now, of course, these are going to be a little bit different than the regular fried eggs, because these are being cooked in quite a large quantity of oil and butter. And one thing you might want to do to get more of that flavor, also this is a hoodie wooger fighter as well. You get the hot oil and butter and you bring it up around the whites that are cooking on here. And it really flavors the egg with all this garlicky stuff. It's absolutely wonderful. While these are cooking, I'm just thinking about, the truffles. It's such a, the truffle thing is so kind of confusing, because there are many different kinds of truffles. When you have to buy it from a scrupulous producer like Urbani, from whom we got these truffles, to be sure of what you're getting. But there's a lot of truffle, not hoodie wooger, but hoodwinking going on out there. I was once in Italy at a truffle factory, and believe it or not, what they were doing was they were canning black truffles, local black truffles in Umbria, and they were putting on the jars Truffes du Périgord, a French name for truffles from Périgord, which are the most famous black truffles. And I was there with some French people, and they said, "What is this? Why are you calling these Truffes de Périgord?" And the guy who was the owner of the factory said, "Well, it's because what we really mean is that it's in the style of truffles from Périgord." So you have to be very careful when you buy truffles, which can cost as much as $1,200 a pound. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that in this dish, because this is not a truffle dish. This is you just need eggs, garlic, all the stuff that we can all afford. Now, when these eggs are done, and they're a little crispy around the edge and still runny, that's the important thing. Make sure they're runny. What you want to do is take them off the heat. You want to sprinkle them with the garlic slices that you cooked before, which is great. That makes it all lovely and garlicky. And you want to also put some coarse salt on this, and some red pepper flakes. Oh, baby, those are great. Now, what I want you to do is remove the pasta from the water. This is perfectly cooked now. It only takes a minute or 2 to cook fresh pasta. Okay, drain all the water off. Never run it underwater, of course. Don't run it under the tap. Okay, put it in a bowl, like this, to mix together. And then I want you to mix it with a little bit of parsley. I've got here about half a cup of fresh parsley. And Parmigiano Reggiano. I've got half a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano here. Let's give this a big stir. Get that all mixed in together. And more of the red pepper flakes. This is a slightly spicy dish, and a good thing it is. Now, what I want you to do is take this pasta and turn it out onto a serving plate. Actually, what I always like to do with pasta, I always like to get a little liquid from the water from the water that you cooked it in, to sort of loosen it up a little. It's a little tight right now with the cheese in it. So look, see how that makes a better texture in the pasta. I think I could use even a little bit more. Always save that pasta cooking water. Oh yeah, that's looking perfect to me at the moment. What I'm going to do is flip this into my bowl, my serving bowl, and wait till you see what happens next. this happens. The eggs. Take the eggs and the oil. Now there's a lot of oil on here, so don't worry about it. It's going to be soaked up by the pasta. And top the pasta with that. And then take a little bit of a fresh herb, oregano or sage. I've got here sage. And top this with the sage. It looks like confetti. It looks like a party. It looks like something that you really want to eat. Something I really want to eat. Come back in a moment. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Here are just some of the metals that went into creating our newest knife. Introducing the 5-star series from J.A. Henkel's. We took our award-winning blade and combined it with our unique handle to create another first in high-performance cutlery. The 5-star series from J.A. Henkel's, the world's finest cutlery since 1731. For a limited time, get this 5-star 4-inch paring knife for only $29.99.
Why do you follow me here?
It is my business to protect your majesty.
Dangerous missions.
She must never be allowed to succeed.
Require dangerous men.
Think before you do this.
And absolute power.
I am my father's daughter. I am not afraid of anything.
Demands absolute loyalty.
Do not fear to strike.
And let it all be done.
2 thumbs up for Elizabeth. It's a hypnotic spectacle. A breathtaking film. Elizabeth. Rated R. Now playing everywhere.
Learning computers is hard. Classes take valuable time. Manuals are frustrating to fumble through. Seminars are expensive and only cover the basics. If you want to learn computers quickly and easily, you need to call Video Professor. Simply put the CD-ROM into your computer. The CD plays a video tutorial on your computer screen, and it works just like your VCR.
I feel the video helped me learn what I needed to know in a short amount of time, go into my boss and say, listen, I know this, I can do this, I can get this job done.
Best of all, it's free. Call Video Professor and get any computer tutorial absolutely free, a $39.95 value. Choose from all the most popular software, Windows 98, Word, Excel, even how to get on the internet. Video Professor is certain that when you try one free, you'll be convinced this is the only way to learn, and you'll come back for more. Don't wait another minute. Call Video Professor right now. You have so much to gain. Call now.
Aloha! Welcome to Indigo, where business is always a pleasure. Reward yourself with tantalizing aromas and wondrous flavors.
Disney Channel invites you to meet the newest kid in town.
He's roly-poly-oly. He's small and smart and round. And in the land of curves and curls, he's the swellest kid around. Howdy, howdy, hooray, hooray. And in the land of curves and curls, he's the swellest kid around.
Roly-poly-oly comes round every weekend on Disney Channel, where kids and families come first.
On Oceanic Cable.
It's fried egg time, and I have taken you to Italy today. We talked a lot about Italy and how they use fried eggs, and I'm about to consume this incredible dish of pasta and eggs. I just wanted to tell you that we say fried eggs, we say sunny side up in the United States. Around the world where they make fried eggs, they don't always use that expression. A cool one is in France, where they call what we call sunny side up, they say œuf miroir, which means mirror eggs. And you know why they say that? Because if you're served 2 of them, they're looking back at you like you're looking in a mirror, like your eyes looking back, mirror eggs. But we say sunny side up, and I'm comfortable with that. And here we have it on this great pasta dish. Now let me show you how this looks. I happen to have in front of me, because I'm really hungry, I have the whole recipe. This is, let's face it, a pound of pasta and 3 eggs. It's probably more than I can eat. What you can do is you could make this the platter, for example, and then you could serve this to, well, 3 people would be perfect. Or if you put 4 eggs on it, you could serve it to 4 people. When they finally get it on their plates, the idea is you want to do the runny thing. Oh, ooze, ooze. Look at that. You want the egg, you want the yolk to ooze over the pasta. Look, see how my pasta picked up some of the ooze? and it's got all that cheese and butter and garlic and red pepper and parsley and sage. Excuse me. This is one of the world's brilliant dishes. You must try this. Lunch, dinner, absolutely fabulous. Probably not breakfast, though you can do it if you want. I found a wine made in Piemonte that is great with fried eggs because it's got a little bit of richness to it, but it's also kind of crisp enough to cut through the richness of the eggs. And it's this. It's kind of an unusual one. It's called Chiareya. And it's made from a place called Cantine Sant'Agata. And it's made from the Cortese grape, which makes some bigger, richer wines in Piemonte. But you want this one because it goes perfectly with the pasta. Thank you for staying along perfectly with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back, see me again. Remember, life is a matter of taste. Bye.
Like a copy of the recipes you've just seen, please send us $4 for postage and handling to the address on the screen. You can also get the recipes for free when you visit our website at foodtv.com or AOL keyword food.
To celebrate the 5th anniversary of Taste, all next week at 6 Eastern, Food Network will present David Rosengarten's favorite episodes. Celebrate with Food Network and tune into Taste, all next week at 6 Eastern. Happy anniversary, David. Come to Food Network's Marketplace, your online source for the latest information and tools to cook like your favorite Food Network chefs. Just log on to www.foodtv.com and click here. This month, we're offering David Rosengarten's new cookbook, Taste, featuring more than just recipes. David also shares his unique technique for developing true taste. It's all yours for the price of $31 plus shipping and handling at Food Network's Marketplace, www.foodtv.com.